This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honor city apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2 is that I want to play a small short clip of Donald Trump telling a news reporter that he doesn't want a civil war regarding the LA riots, because the news reporter told him that the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, I believe that's his name, is accusing him of trying to start a civil war. And Donald Trump's like, no, I don't want a civil war, But Donald Trump and the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, and the rest of you Goombas in the American leadership, okay, whether you want it or not, it doesn't matter, all right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, wants civil war, all right, to bring down America, Babylon the Great, okay, which is also known as spiritual Egypt and Sodom, okay, and this place is full of weirdos and freaks, okay, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, okay. And of course, this place is spiritual Egypt, because this is the place of our captivity. All right. So the Lord does want civil war in this place. Okay. And that's why I brought out Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. So Donald Trump, okay, if you do have a conscience, it doesn't matter. Okay. The Lord, all right, will force you to participate in civil war. Okay. Because you don't have power. You never did. In fact, I got the scripture right here. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart, right? You, Donald Trump, all right? You're the king of Babylon for right now, right? Is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. You see that? As the rivers of water, he turned it whithersoever he will, right? So you will be forced to participate in civil war, whether you want to or not. It really doesn't matter. Okay? All right, and that's why we telling our people that, you need to just seek the Lord, all right? Because the Lord's bringing down America. Everything that's happening is to fulfill prophecy so America can be judged for all its wickedness. Okay, so let me play this.
What do you make of the fact that he says, you want a civil war on the streets of America?
No, that's just the opposite. I don't want a civil war. A civil war would happen if you left it to people like him. And I like him. I always got along with him. Never had a problem with him. But he's grossly incompetent. Okay.
All right, so there you go. Okay? And he's talking about Governor Gavin Newsom. So you heard it out of Donald Trump's mouth. All right? He doesn't want a civil war. But once again, that's not what the scriptures say. Okay, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Okay, the modern day Egyptians are you Edomites, you so-called white people. All right, and notice it says, I will, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. That's a civil war. And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, let's see what Yahushai said, who the word inly calls Jesus. Hamashiach divides men. That's plain. So you wacky-tacky plantation Christians are retards. You're idiots. The Lord is all about division. Okay? Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled? Right, because there's going to be already civil war, civil unrest, all right, before the Lord comes. All right, so when he comes, all right, the earth is going to be on fire, all right, in terms of chaos, pandemonium, all right, and especially here in America, Babylon the Great, all right, and the Lord has a heavy target on this place. This is numero uno on his target list, okay? 50. But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Right, this is talking about he had to go through his burden, meaning the crucifixion, okay? All right. Yahushua had to first die on the cross for our sins, the sins of Israel, okay? And then be resurrected by his father Yahushua to sit on the right hand of the Father, okay? And now he's just waiting for his father Yahweh to give him the green light, all right, to judge this earth, okay? But before he judges earth, there's got to be what? 51. Suppose ye that I'm come to give peace on earth. Oh, and this is even coming from Yahushua's mouth. He's not coming to bring peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. Woo! All right, because he's with it. He's all right. This is his will too. All right, because he's doing the will of his Father. All right, and all authority and all dominion was given to Yahushua by his Father. So Yahushua, all right, is not coming to bring peace on earth, but rather division. Okay, and he and that's why this whole, pray, all right, for America, or pray for peace on earth. You know how those stupid what do you call it? Those Miss Universe model pageants that they put on television. What do they say? Oh, we just want peace on earth. Well, that's not what the scriptures say. The scriptures say division. Okay? That's what it says. All right? Because really the peace on earth is when the Israelites are established back in their homeland. Okay? That's when there'll be true peace on earth, when the Israelites, the Lord's chosen people, are established, all right, and set up as kings and priests on the earth. Okay? And Yahushua, who he calls Jesus, is sitting on his throne. Okay? Along with the 144,000, including King David, okay, are sitting, all right, in their rank, in their positions. That's when the true peace comes. But no, when Yahushua comes, all right, he's coming to judge. And prior to him coming, there will be division. That's the point. 52. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Right. This is clearly talking about division. All right. Civil unrest even in the household. So how much more, okay, the nation. Again, civil war is coming. That's what the Lord wants. 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. That's plain, okay? So there'll even be, all right, civil war in the household, okay? All right, so how much more in Babylon the Great America, which is spiritually Egypt and Sodom, okay? Let's bring this. Why will there be civil war? Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. That's the point. Because all the atrocities, all the blood spill that happened here in America, there has to be judgment for it. All right? Millions of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans' bloods were spilled here. All right? And those are the children of Israel. That's the fact. Okay? The amount of wickedness that occurred here in America from its inception, that's why civil war is coming. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. Okay? So that's another thing, on a side note, you elites, you secret societies, you Illuminati weirdos and freaks, you have, been able to control the narrative regarding civil unrest, paying agent provocateurs, paying protesters, all right, so that you can curtail the people to go along with your particular agenda, order out of chaos. But there's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to control it, okay? The Lord will stop your enterprise. Let me get that, okay? Because the days are coming where you're not going to be able to control this, these fabricated, these staged, these false flag staged civil unrest scenarios. All right, it will get bloody, and you will not be able to control it. And the Lord said that you will not be able to fulfill your enterprise. Roughly paraphrasing, is it Job chapter 5, around the 11th verse? Yep, Job chapter 5. Ooh, hey, that's the spirit. Job chapter 5, verse 11. To set up on high those that be low, that those which more may be exalted, to safety right. And that's what this is all about. To Lord to set up his people, all right, who are sitting in lowly places, the Israelites. NLT version. He gives prosperity to the poor and protects those who suffer, right? And he's going to protect the elect of the nation of Israel. Verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right? The Lord's only going to allow you, all right, to go so far, okay? And really, it's for that RFID chip, the mark of the beast, to be made mandatory on planet Earth. After that, that's it. You're going to lose all control. You're not going to be able to control, all right, the riots, the civil unrest, the civil war that's coming. You're going to see a lot of officers break away from the military, okay? Because that's how a civil war is really going to get down. Once the military fractures, there's going to be charismatic officers. Could be a colonel, could be a one-star general, okay? Could be a major, hell, even a captain, all right? That breaks away from the military branch and goes head on against the government, okay? And there you go. There's your civil war. It happened here before. Remember General Lee? General Lee was part of the U.S. military. Let's get some history, okay? General Lee, General Robert E. Lee, okay? Oh, wow. Trump ordered named restored military base honoring Robert E. Lee and other Confederate leaders. Interesting. So, hey, Trump is looking like he wants that civil war. Why would you put these names up? So he's being a snake in this statement here. So, hey, it's looking like, hey, that's a spirit. I did not know that hey, see, this is, hey, hey, let the spirit work. So, hey, Trump is looking like he's down with this civil war. Why would you put this name up? Why would you put these names up? Like Robert E. Lee, okay, who broke off from the U.S. military. Let's show you where he was under what. There he is. He was under the United States Army, okay, and then he defected and created the Confederate States Army, and he was what was he? He was a colonel in the United States Army, okay. So that's all it takes is a colonel, a charismatic colonel. He was like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm starting my own thing, all right. And really really what it was is for property rights, okay. That whole slavery, oh, the reason why the Civil War happened due to slavery. Nah, it was because of property rights. That was the main reason why. All right, property rights. Okay, ownership. There you go. So there you go. He was a colonel in the United States Army. All right, and now Donald Trump wants his name restored. Interesting. So yeah, this civil war is coming. Whether they don't want it, it's coming. The Lord wants it. Okay, and it's looking like Donald Trump secretly may want it. Why would he do this? That's interesting in itself. We'll see how this plays out. Okay, and that's the spirit right there. I wasn't even planning on finding that article. The Lord put the spirit on me to find that article. All right, Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. There you go. So this is why civil war is coming. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. There you go. So this place has been shedding the blood of the Israelites. So blood has to be shed, especially among you Edomites. Okay, and so the Lord will set it up that you will bang on each other. There will be Edomite banging on Edomites. Okay, while you play target practice with Jake, who don't want to seek the Lord. Because you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, a lot of y'all, you're going to be target practice. All right? Watch the movie. It's an old horror zombie movie. Okay? It's Dawn of the Dead. Not the one with Ving Rhames. I'm talking about the George Romano's Dawn of the Dead. There's a 20-minute beginning scene. All right, what is it? George Romero. There it is. All right, Dawn. Yeah, George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Okay, and you clearly see. I don't know. Maybe they might have images of it. All right, man. Just watch the first 20 minutes. You get. Basically, you see Edomites, military and average Edomites, hunting Edomites, just killing zombies left and right and having fun, drinking beer, laughing with each other. And when I saw that, I said, man, that's Jake. Jake are those zombies. Esau's going to have their way with them, all right, because they don't want to seek the Lord. All right, but you Edomites in general, man, you're going to bang on each other eventually. It is going to happen. The Lord is going to set it up. And all it takes is a pandemic. All it takes is a cyber attack, which can coincide with a pandemic and the economy crashing. And then you Edomites are going to paint each other red, okay? Just like how y'all look, all right? Daniel chapter 4, verse 35. And all the inhabitants of earth are reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth. And none can stay his hand or say unto him, why doest thou? NLT version. All the people of earth are nothing compared to him. He does as he pleases among the angels of heaven, among the people of earth. No one can stop him or say to him, what do you mean by doing these things? And the reason why I'm bringing it out, because there is no free will. The Lord does what he pleases, okay? All right? He does what pleases him. All right? Declaring the end from the beginning. Let me get that and I'll close off with that. Okay? So, whether Donald Trump doesn't want a civil war or he wants a civil war, but he thinks he can control it, to bring about a particular agenda, it doesn't matter. Okay? You're not going to be able to control the will of the Lord's agenda, which is this place going out in violence and bloodbath. All right? And there'll be sedition and men invading one another, because this is the will of the Lord. All right? His counsel stands. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. That's it. So the Lord said civil war is going to happen, is going to happen. Whether they're with it or not, or, they want a soft form of it, it's going to get to a point they have no control over it, because again, this is the will of the Lord. Only I can tell you the future before it even happens. Everything I plan will come to pass, for I do whatever I wish. Exactly. All right. So you're not gonna be able to perform your enterprise. I'm gonna read this one more time. Job chapter 5 verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You see that? 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Right. Again, with this whole order out of chaos and agent provocateurs and all that, thinking you can control a civil unrest, civil war. It's still gonna fail. You're still not gonna be able, all right, to stop what's coming. All prophecies have to be fulfilled, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. 14. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. Right. Once again, let's see what it says in the NLT version. They find it is dark in the daytime. They grope at noon if it were night. Right. Okay. They're completely blind to what's to coming. All right. This place is going down in violence. There is no saving America. 15. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Exactly. Because the Lord is going to save his elect from this civil war, civil unrest. So yeah, we with it. We with the civil war. We looking forward to it. Okay. And it's looking like Donald Trump, he's acting like he ain't with it. But this whole bringing back General Robert Lee's name, that's interesting in itself. So, hey, Lord willing, us edifying. Again, there is no free will. You're all walking to the tune of prophecy, and civil war will happen in America. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, but when. And with that, I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying, pray without ceasing, pray for each other, pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. For the few that are watching, keep studying. When you pray for Jed, cover Shalom.